Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. Dai here, ready to dish out another course of 69 delicious Fate memes. I'll keep the intro brief. I source these memes from Twitter, Reddit, and my own Discord. I leave credit whenever I can find it, but some uncredited stuff always slips through. If one of those is yours, let me know in the comments so we can celebrate your creativity. Yes, the news going all over the internet. The Sesshou Seki, or Killing Stone, that contained the profound anger and rage of Tamamo no Mae, has been broken in two. I didn't realize this was a physical thing we could still go and see. Awesome. Now, you might be afraid that Tamamo's come to haunt you or something, but her soul was purified a long time ago. If you're lucky enough, she'll just show up wanting to make you her husband. Still, it's funny to imagine her being a wicked witch coming to wreak havoc. Go, go, Tama Rangers! Oh, speaking of, seems a lot of Fate fans also embrace tokusatsu. I'm not exactly good with colors, so I don't know which of these guys is supposed to be who in the Sentai cast. See, Tamamo gets out, and it's more like, huh? What now? Now what I'm wondering is if that means this Tamamo spirit can interact with a summoned version of herself, like a 2-for-1. Nick Kapoor here seems a bit worried about Tamamo's coming, but people of culture may actually know what to do here. Must touch tail, much fluff. Tamamo is a multifaceted waifu after all. Though, haven't we already confirmed that Koyanskaya is in fact not one of Tamamo's incarnated tails? Still, aren't these sorts of mobile game ads just shameless? Like I'd want to marry my pet. This one hits home quite hard. I've been playing the localized release of the mobile game since about a month after its debut, so I'm something of a begrudging Fate scientist myself. Just don't blame me if I don't understand what you're saying most of the time, because it turns out almost 5 years with this game still isn't enough to let me decode the gnarliest of Type Moon's bullshit. I've been at it even longer than that, and feel like decrypting Nasu is a full-time job. That said, I feel confident I could adequately explain all of these terms, even lost pants. If I had to go out on a limb, I'd say it's probably referring to Jack the Lolly. Comment if you want me to speedrun explain the terms in a separate video. I love you, but I love Penelope. Ouch. To be fair, Odysseus was already committed before even meeting Circe. If this were a waifu war, though, we'd actually need to see Fate's depiction of Penelope before judging his choice. Personally, I think Subaru made the wrong choice. When Chaldean servants form the Fuck You Poseidon Club. Nemo's a bit intimidated, but honestly, I think most Greek gods deserve a club like this. Whenever FGO makes you choose servants by gender, a select few of them always tread the line. I never bothered to check, but between Kama, Daon, Da Vinci, and Enkidu, do any of them count towards either gender? I want to become a hero of justice. Shiro's all, could this woman be one of my people? Then Emiya be like, I'll fix that. Come on, dude. I can understand regretting your own decision, but don't push that shit on others. Oh man, I sure do admire my old man's dream. Sees it through to the end. I want to die. I sold my soul to the counterforce, and all I got were these 2 measly swords and a makeover. Of course, we know he's got more swords than that. I've got 3. Nice try. I've got 8 swords. How about over 100 swords? Ha, mongrels. I have all your weapons and then some. Meanwhile, Emiya's just copying and pasting it all. Looks like he went even further and hooked up his crew with some heat. Figma are just too damn fun. I like how Artoria is following Reen's lead, though that seems rather dangerous. You can make all manner of memes with these toys. Why won't you die? Imperial privilege, it triggers in response to physical trauma. Too bad it doesn't work when you're offing yourself. Also, what is Jalter wearing? It's like a schoolgirl uniform with power armor. Go ahead, use your attacks. I promise my turn has ended. Yeah, the idea of a counter move in FGO is kinda interesting. When Bazette whips out Fragorok, how should you actually respond? Do you just wait till she puts it away? Or waste its potential with an intentionally weak attack? Willem Dafoe has taste, I see. If I owned a mansion, I'd make it a giant anime art gallery. It'd be a fancier version of my otaku abode. By that I mean wall scrolls on white drywall. That's right, FGO dropped the Delightworks partnership, but nothing's really changed. Seems more like a rebranding than an actual point of concern. As long as there's no censorship, I'll be happy. Okay, why is this called the Evil Dragon? He's such a nice dragon. Thank you! What a distinguished gentleman. Now, if only you'd stop gnawing on my servants, please. Ah, Aaron Headbutt strikes again. Looks like Sakura's pulled the Uno reverse card. Maybe she's been taking those urban survival courses. This one's even funnier. Shinji's all, how the fuck did this happen? We usually don't get a good look at Sakura's command spells either. They're very pretty. Ni-san, omae wa mou shinderu. When all your friends but you can do a special event in a video game. Have fun storming the castle! This is exactly why I fear starting other games I feel like I'd enjoy, like Arknights or Fire Emblem Heroes. There's such a backlog of content that players can't access, and that bullshit AP system makes it impossible to speed through. Sadly, even the most dedicated players still get cucked by the arcade game, since we can't play it even if we wanted to. After all, who wouldn't want to get crushed by 3D HD Passion Lip? Speaking of AP, Mashu, I ran out of AP, and she just tosses you an apple. She's the one who has to carry them all? If my stash is anything to go by, it might be heavier than her shield. It's an unfair system. The more apples you have, the easier it is to get even more of them. The first Halloween event should be a staple for newcomers. Altera can fly now? I suppose that's fair. Skahawk was flying all over the place in Solomon, though she'd probably say she was just thrusting with style. I'm intrigued. So there are quite a few artists out there who dedicate themselves to a specific waifu. Apple-kun here's got a growing gallery of amazing Musashi pics. There's also an artist who pretty much only draws Mordred. Like I always say, if you put in the effort to get that good at art, you get to draw whatever the hell you want. Even if it means interpreting servant lineups like this. Of all the people Martha would hug. He must be like, I'm not used to this affection. All I normally get is fear and reverence. I guess God could say the same, so it checks out. Speaking of Gramps, please stop praying for my grandpa. You're making him too strong. He broke out of the hospital and the cops can't get him. He's too powerful. Super Gramps, killing his way to the Chaldean bingo parlor. They are probably the least of Ritsuka's worries, though. How many holes in the floor does Penthesilea make, and who gets stuck fixing them? America! Fuck yeah! Edison is supposed to be a stand-in for the American presidents as a collective, right? Yet he's too egotistical to represent anyone but himself. Wait a minute, that's more accurate than I thought. It's my mental illness, and I get to choose my coping mechanism! At first, I wondered why the hell Link was here, but now I can't stop hearing his voice going on a tantrum to all this. When memes call out Gudako as a gotcha slut, this is slander. Da Vinci has to set the record straight. No, it isn't. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel. What if one of those Ask Reddit voices reads it aloud? Vlad realizing that the whole Dracula thing has its perks. I bet it was the music that tempted him. Carmilla's got the hots for him, but she's too stubborn to admit it. Oh no, Arash is gonna die from his noble phantasm. I've got you, brother. Oh no, you don't. I've never really used Arash, but was it really possible for Guts to save him up until now? Just how much more damage than, say, Artoria does he do for the devs to nerf him like that? Jalter, wicked as ever. How can I cheat on my final uni exams? Phone and jacket. That's what I do. Pretty easy. What jacket? That tiny red one? Impressive. Jean, being the Mr. Rogers of Chaldea, says, I've got a technique that hasn't failed me yet. Just memorize the material, and instead of storing it on your person, you just look through it in your brain. Aw, let's cut her some slack. She used to be illiterate till now, after all. Ah, essays and essays dedicated to defending your waifu. At that point, it's less of a war and more of just an act of devotion. I truly wonder what it's like being able to just appreciate them all equally. I mean, Rin's a close second, but Saber's always my pick. Angrily fixes kimono. Listen here, you little shit. I'm sorry, Shiki. I swear I haven't forgotten about you. After all, even someone like Shiro realizes how many amazing Type Moon waifu there are. Though I must say, the people who simp for Kohaku and Hisui really simp for Kohaku and Hisui. So at first I thought this was just Kohaku haunting Shiro from the other side of the window, but now I realize I don't understand the second panel. Why would he be looking at his own shadow? Okay, so I looked it up, and that shadow is the silhouette of Shiki Nanaya from Melty Blood, making this even more cryptic. Is this like a glitch in the Matrix or something? Okay, so calling this a meme is a bit of a stretch, but I do love how Type Lumina's success is introducing more people to Tsukihime, having no idea just how wild it is. What I don't love is how people try to call it out as problematic. Just go with it, and these quirks become hilarious. In other words, Shiki's a sister slammer. Deal with it. I'm sure a lot of people are learning about Tsukihime from Neko Arc, too. There must be something about being the most simple and cursed design that's getting her to be that popular. I promise you there are no plans for a Neko Dai on this channel. Yet. See, this is what I mean. Presumably, the strongest being in the Nasuverse still finds charm in good old-fashioned terror. Like, where did this come from? There's nothing in canon insinuating she's this evil. It's gotten to the point where Arc and Neko Arc are basically different characters. I'll take the true ancestor who nearly ends the world over boy trouble, personally. Shiki and Arcuade both shopping at the Peach store and bump into each other. I'm so sorry. Slice. Now it all makes sense. It wasn't his Nanaya instincts, nor Roa's influence. Shiki just really needed the last can of Del Monte. Gotta say though, Arcuade's taste in men is rather odd. She enjoys Shiki's verbal abuse. Takes me back to their Vanilla H scene, imagining her saying, "Yes, yes, just like that. Call me an idiot while you spank me." Well, I'm not the only one with a dirty mind. Some people get inappropriate thoughts from just bare legs. Huh, I didn't realize Reimu was a CL fan. When the majority of the cast itself recognizes Best Girl. Though, if it were a competition, I guess Medusa would have some tricks up her sleeve. Despite having jugs on the back of his head, Emiya doesn't seem to be enthused. Aw, Lancelot, come on now, she's your daughter. Kinda. Damn, is this why she normally doesn't wear the revealing swimsuit? This isn't what people meant when they told you to get your own woman for once. Do you dream of vast plains, gentle hills, snowy peaks, or friggin' Olympus Mons? Personally, I'm fine so long as you don't need Photoshop for exaggeration. Here we have Meltralis, showing she's got her own perks. When all seems lost for humanity, all you really need is to give Ritsuka the right motivation. Our lances may be different, but we all have the same thing going on. That's a really good point. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any Lancers who are flat. Can you think of any? Are you listening, Cersei? Yes! Is this what we call the female gaze? I'm glad to see everyone can appreciate a boob window. For those of you who are into guys, who do you think is the hottest male servant? Koyanskaya still refuses to be called a fat ass. I'll admit, that's not petite, but it's not too far on the other side either. I'm glad we get to recruit all versions of her in the future. Oh yeah, this one's cool. I didn't realize people extracted sprite sheets down to this level. FGO's battle sprites really are just fancier versions of those paper skeleton puppets I made in elementary school. Senpai, care to explain to me why most of the custom assets you made for my combat sprite are feet-related? Probably because she changes shoes more often than she wears gloves. I won't deny some people really love feet, though. After all, you never know what kinds of things you'll find on a person's hard drive. Aw, this is a cute one from Kuragi Tutu. I always wondered why this was the best site on the internet. Now it all makes sense. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. My boy Arjuna hooking us up. Altera, by my command seal. Show me your panties! Skirt flipping is bad civilization! Nom 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 nom. She bites him to death. Bad Ritsuka, that is not how you use command seals. So that's your ex? Did things end up badly or something? Let's just say it turned out complicated. Maybe we can fuck each other's mothers. Yeah, fate rarely addresses how many kids these servants have. This is pretty crazy. I feel bad for not mentioning this in Circe's lore, but I sure as hell want to for Odysseus's. People complaining about Shiki banging his adopted sister, and yet here we've got Circe marrying her husband's other child. I wonder if this is one of those things fate claims is fictitious, kinda like how Iskandar wasn't actually short. Ugh, speaking of fictitious, a world in which Rin takes on all of these roles deserves to be pruned. Actually, she looks okay as Artoria, and dare I say, Kirei would look appropriate if it weren't for that bulky hand. Right. Because Demon Slayer and Fate are both animated by Ufotable, some fans feel the need to argue which one is better. Trying to diss Artoria's character development, however, is not the way to go about it. Come on now, both anime are fantastic in their own ways.
King Arthur came a lot, didn't he?
I think you mean that he's associated with the court of Camelot.
The BBC logo makes this even funnier. I can't speak to Artoria's private matters, but she had to have came at least once to conceive with Morgan. The rest is up to Shiro and Rin. You only get to pick one. Either England is gone forever, or King Arthur becomes your girlfriend. This choice doesn't really make any sense. Why would I want to get rid of England? Is it saying if Artoria is gonna be your girlfriend, it means England has to go? If that's the case, I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Mordred is over there throwing a ball against the wall all alone and glancing over at us. Clearly, the child wants to practice alone in stoic silence. Father, please notice me. Accept me. I betcha if you turn it into a competition, then Artoria will participate. She hates losing, after all. Maybe we should have a Knights of the Round Table trivia quiz. Next question, who built this round table? Circumference. Who are you so wise in the ways of science? I'm ashamed to say that even I have no clue who built it, especially given how much more important it is to Fate, being Mashu's shield and all. Let's go ahead and finish things off with some of these funny Noble Phantasm interpretations. Honestly, this one's really accurate. Excalibur Vivian! Hey, at least it's COVID compliant. And lastly, if you need to smack some sense into the Lion King, or just some dude on the street, we have Switch On Argitlam. It's not quite as dazzling in real life, but it seems to get the job done regardless. And there you have it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this batch of memes. If you have ones you'd like to share with me, please join my Discord. The link is always in the video description. I'm also holding some fun contests on there with H material, and joining is totally free. As always, let me know which memes were your favorites in the comments below. Before I go ahead and roll the credits, I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters. Video Gamer 75, Stephen Elak, Samuel Gersten, Otaku Mom, Jens Bauman, Mystic Samurai 1983, Freebrick, RNG or Shuffles 1498, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Johnny Tsunami, Link Pendrago, Bricken, Caitlin P., Vladimir Rovna, Succubus Sakura, and SF Giants fan Mike. Thank you all so much. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of our anime discussion, lore, or Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or our YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like exclusive vids and early access.
As always,
celebrate your fandom!